If you ever drive alone on a UK motorway after midnight, remember this. Some people on the road died years ago, but they're still waiting for someone to stop for them. And when you pass them without helping, they don't forget you. In late November 2019, 32-year-old delivery driver Michael Carter left a warehouse in Newcastle for a night route he had done hundreds of times. The motorway was familiar. The A1 cutting through empty fields, long stretches of nothingness, and silence so thick he could hear his own breath inside the cabin. It was 2:45 a.m., temperature barely 3 degrees Celsius, and fog thicker than anything he had ever seen. His headlights seemed useless. The beam just dissolved into a white wall. He turned off the radio for a second to fix the signal, and that's when he heard it, a faint knocking on the back of the truck. 3 slow knocks. He froze. Trucks expand and contract, he told himself. Metal cools. Noise happens. He forced the radio back on, but the knocking continued. 3 knocks. Pause. 3 more. He accelerated. The knocking followed the same rhythm. By the time he reached the Long Bend near North Yorkshire, the fog swallowed the world around him. Even the motorway signs were barely visible. Then, through the haze, he noticed a figure standing alone on the hard shoulder. A woman. No car. No breakdown triangle. No bag. No movement. Just a woman standing absolutely still, facing the road. At first he slowed down, thinking maybe she needed help. But as his truck approached, his headlights illuminated her face, and everything in him went cold. Her eyes didn't reflect light, just 2 black, wet circles staring nowhere. Her skin looked gray, not pale gray. He drove past her quickly, but the moment he did, his radio cut out and turned to pure static. The cabin temperature dropped so fast his breath fogged the glass. Then, through the static, a whisper came, "Why didn't you stop?" Michael slammed his palm on the dashboard, panicked. The speedometer glitched, dropping from 60 to 0 even though the truck was still moving. His entire dashboard flickered. The fog around him thickened. The motorway blurred like it was moving underwater. Then he saw her again, standing in the middle of the road ahead. He hit the brakes so hard the truck skidded, tires screaming. The truck stopped inches away, but this time, the road was empty. No woman, no figure, nothing. He breathed heavily, leaned forward, gripping the wheel, when the passenger seat dipped, like someone sat down. He turned slowly. There she was, sitting upright, gray skin, black eyes, dripping water onto the seat. Her head tilted unnaturally, and in a low, broken voice she whispered, "I waited, and you left me." Michael screamed, fell sideways out of the truck onto the cold road. The fog burned his lungs as he scrambled away. When he looked back into the cabin, the seat was empty, completely dry, as if no one had ever been there. He found the courage to climb back in, lock the doors and drive, never once looking at the passenger seat again. 2 days later, a highway maintenance worker told him something he has never forgotten. A woman in a white dress died on that stretch in 1996. Her car broke down. People drove past her for nearly an hour. When police found her, she had collapsed trying to walk for help. She was soaked from freezing rain. Ever since then, drivers reported seeing her, always alone, always waiting, and always whispering the same thing to those who ignore her. "Why didn't you stop?" Michael never drove the night shift again. If a vehicle follows you at night, never assume it's someone alive. In the UK, some roads have drivers who died decades ago but never stopped driving. In 2017, 21-year-old university student Ellie Hudson was driving from Manchester to Liverpool after a late shift at work. She hated night driving, but that night she had no choice. The motorway was almost empty, just darkness, silence, and an endless ribbon of road stretching into nothing. 20 minutes into the drive, she noticed an old white van far behind her. No logos. No plates she could see, just dull headlights flickering weakly. She changed lanes. The van changed lanes. She slowed down. The van slowed down. She sped up. The van sped up. Her stomach tightened. This isn't normal. She took the next exit. A road she had never used before. Narrow, lined with trees, zero streetlights. The van followed. Her phone screen froze. She couldn't call anyone. No signal. Battery suddenly dropped from 38% to 1%. Then something impossible happened. The van's headlights flickered, and she saw through the crack in its windshield. There was no one in the driver's seat. She blinked hard, thinking it was a trick of the night, but when the lights flickered again, still empty, the van drifted closer, matching her speed perfectly, staying locked in her mirror like a shadow. Trying to lose it, Ellie took a sharp turn into a forest-side road near Widnes. And that's when her car completely died. Engine, lights, radio, everything. The silence was suffocating. The white van rolled toward her without a sound. No engine noise. No tires crunching gravel. Just silent movement toward her car. It stopped inches from her bumper. Then the back doors began to open, very slowly. Inside was darkness so deep her headlights couldn't penetrate it. A smell drifted out. Damp earth and engine oil mixed with something metallic. The car suddenly restarted on its own, as if someone turned the key for her. She didn't think. She just floored the accelerator. When she looked in the mirror, the van was gone. Not turning, not reversing, gone. 2 weeks later, she found an old local article. A white courier van crashed into a ditch in 1998. Driver died instantly, but witnesses swore the van rolled by itself for another 40 meters. People said the driver's route was so routine, he never realized he died, and his van still follows cars that enter his road at night. Ellie hasn't driven alone after midnight since. Every UK town has one road locals whisper about, but sometimes the reason is simple. Something lives there. Something old. Something that hates headlights. In 2015, a taxi driver named Rajesh Raj Singh worked night shifts around Leeds. His last passenger of the night was a tourist staying at a lodge outside the city. The shortest path to the lodge passed the infamous Whitaker Bridge, a road locals avoided after sunset. They said something lived under it, something that hated noise, something that didn't like light. Raj didn't believe such things. At 1:47 a.m., he crossed the bridge. Immediately, the temperature in the car dropped 5 degrees. His breath misted. The windows fogged from the inside. The drunk tourist suddenly woke up and whispered, "Don't slow down. Don't look out. Keep driving." Before Raj could ask anything, something slammed onto the roof of the taxi. Hard. The entire vehicle shook. Dents appeared. Dust rained from the ceiling. Then came the sound. Crawl, 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 crawl. Fast. Like something with too many limbs scuttling across metal. The tourist screamed, "Don't look up." It looks back. Claws scratched across the top of the windshield. Something heavy slid forward. Raj gripped the wheel so hard his fingers cramped that he accelerated, engine roaring. Whatever was on the roof leaned forward, and a distorted face pressed against the shattered top strip of the windshield, yellow eyes glowing, skin stretched thin like old leather, a jaw opening sideways, not downwards. The creature followed the car's movement perfectly, as if stuck to the roof by hooks. When the car finally cleared the far end of the bridge, the weight lifted instantly. The claws stopped. Silence. Raj didn't slow until they reached the lodge. The tourist jumped out, shouting, "That thing! It waits for the first car after midnight. Every single night." The next morning Raj inspected the taxi. 5 long claw marks ripped deep into the steel roof. Not scratches, rips. He quit night driving within a week. Locals say that bridge was built over an old drowning site. Bodies were once found under it with chest cavities torn open, bones missing. They believe something still lives under Whitaker Bridge, something that crawls out only at night and leaps on the first car it hears.